Hi, my name is Andrew Foster, and I just want to share my beautiful reflections about recently falling in love with the moon. I've just loved the past 28 days of this Aries moon cycle, and I just want to share my reflections and hopefully offer some inspiration, some just wisdoms that I gained recently. I will be reading from my notebook because gotta keep the little Miss Gemini on task at one hand and not ramble. But recently, I'm also, for reference, I'm currently in a 10th house perfection year, my 10th house being Pisces, so my time lord is Jupiter, and Jupiter is currently in Cancer, so Cancer is currently being ruled by the moon. So I'm extra affected, extra potent just by the moon, and it's just like, oh, I have such now a deep, profound realization of the impact the moon has on me, and it's just beautiful. Like, astrology is just sometimes so harmonious, and other times it made me want to kill myself, but we prevail. I tell the story, and I hope now I can offer you some inspiration and also some motivation and just some wisdom if you're going through a hard time. But recently, just this past 28 consecutive days have been so like fulfilling and like gratifying for me. Oh, there's the love bug outside the window. Florida things. But it's like other times in my life, my whole life, like I've had much higher highs and much lower lows, but like consistently these like 28 consecutive days have been like really good and fulfilling, and like has so much growth I've experienced throughout. 1 month ago, or 28 days when this is currently the balsamic moon in Aries when I'm filming this right now. So for reference, it's been a full Aries. So it started with the Aries new moon. This was like April 17th or something. You can fact check the date, I don't know. But it was 7 signs were in Aries. 6 planets and plus Chiron in Aries. Little object, asteroid. But it was in my 11th house, which is just like, oh, it's a public house, it's socialization, it's all your friends. And it was also, where it was happening was at like 26 degrees, which was like conjunct my natal moon and my north node. So this was already a very emotional journey this past month has been, but it's also part of my destiny journey. This moon cycle has been part of my destiny journey, my fate, something you can't like give up. My fate is my life purpose. It's like where I'm supposed to go. So it's just been a long month of destiny work of like me taking another step forward, taking a leap. I feel like this past month has been a quantum leap, and like I can't even imagine the old person I was before. Now I'm just like, oh, this is who I'm meant to be. This feels so natural. I feel so alive. I feel so great. Just like, thank you planets, thank you God, thank you spirit, thank you everyone. Like, I hope one big thing, like this whole like past before I talked other videos I've talked about, I can make a clearer video on this if you're interested, leave a comment. But Uranus in my 12th house was a prison. That was a prison, like mental prison of depression of like 7-8 years. And now I'm like, oh, Uranus in my first house, I'm radically changing and I feel so good. But it's only because the very last minute, like the anaretic degree in Taurus, my 12th house, I've given so much work about gratitude and being just thankful and like choosing a positive mindset, and now I can reap the rewards of that good mindset, and now I feel great. And it takes time. Growth is not linear. There'll be ups and downs, there'll be a lot of plateaus, but now I'm fucking exponential growth. Like, this has been amazing. This has been so radically amazing. But besides all those 7 personal planets, objects in Aries, conjunct my north node and moon, there's also all the Aries stuff was trining my Sagittarius stellium. Like, I have 4 different planets in Sagittarius. Yes, I'm wild, I'm crazy, uncommittal, but fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the brave. That's why I'm here and talking. Like, I'm so fortunate and so grateful for everything. It's because I put myself out there, and I'm so grateful. And like, oh, and also all these other, and it was also squaring, this new moon back a month ago was squaring my natal Saturn. So yeah, there's some tension. I've grown to like Saturn a lot more recently. It's not always been the case. I've always been a very lucky Jupiter person. I'm like, hard work, thanks. I'm like, okay, I've done the work now. And like with that whole squaring my Saturn, it's like, okay, I've done all the hard work I needed to do, like successful wise. And now I'm like reaping the rewards, like being the productive girl. Now I can actually make time for my friends and actually have a good like relationship with my friendships, like that I never had before. Like reaping these rewards, I'm able to actually put in consistent effort, like multiple days a week, reach out to my friends and text them. But other times, like when I've been in the depressed Uranus 12th house, I'd have like 11 plus Instagram DMs where I never reply, and I'd just be like, it's pointless. I was probably depressed then, but now I'm like, okay, I reply to all my texts throughout the day. Not always, but like certain times a day, like around a meal, I'll just like kind of like going through my messages, like going through my email, just do it once or twice a day. And now I'm like regularly keeping in touch with my friends, building long-term sustainable friendships, and it feels great. And like there's been so many other meaningful moments throughout this moon cycle for me. Like the full moon in Scorpio was a deep relationship and soul contract release. I'm so happy and freed, so happy and feel liberated from being freed from that soul contract relationship. I love that partner for an era in my life, but I'm still ready to move on. And if you want further questions, I have another video on that. Can also talk more about that if you're interested, about soul contracts release of Scorpio, the 8th house, stuff like that. And also I love the first quarter moon in Leo. I've been loving just always the moon in Leo. It's been so good. I just feel so diva, so charismatic, and now I'm like, yes, I'm reaping the rewards of being a fire and air girl, because now we're in the age of fire and air. This is fire horse season. Like, how do you feel about fire horse season? Let me know. I hope I can offer you positive, good inspiration and just be a good mindset shift. But like, I understand there's other people. We're all different people. You might have more earth and water in your chart, and you've been really good, but now you need to prioritize your nervous system and make sure you take care of yourself. Logging off is an act of self-care. Like today for lunch, I purposely ate in silence and made sure I chewed all my food for like 20 seconds straight, or 20 times, just to make sure everything's fully digested here. So then when I like go down to my stomach acid doesn't have to do as much work. Like stuff like that is self-care. Logging off. You don't need to consume everything. Like, you know so much more than you think you do. Take some time. What have you learned recently? What do you need to apply? Like, I really just friendly reminder, you don't need to be online always. Easy, I like, shoot the messenger. Like, it's very hypocritical of me to say that. Like, I acknowledge that, but I've been doing so much better and having a good balance. And like before, I was only a consumer, and now I'm like consumer and creator, and I feel so much more fulfilled that way, because it's like equal balance. Because like God gave you ears and mouth for a reason, and it's like you need to do both. You need to do both. You have inner wisdom, and you're like watching videos because you're outsourcing. You don't have that belief of inner wisdom, but you actually do, and it's beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I love the moon in Leo because I'm charismatic and diva. That's where that side change went, because I'm a little Miss Gemini. Also, the third quarter moon in Aquarius was actually good this past round. Other times, ever since that Aquarius eclipse back in February, every Aquarius moon for me has been cursed. Like, especially the balsamic moon in Aquarius. I was like, that about ended my life. I had relationship issues, and then I had to call. You know it's bad. Like before, I did not prioritize my friendships. So when I had relationship issues, you know who? I didn't have any friends to talk to. So I talked to my sugar daddy about other relationship issues. It was not good. I have a foot sugar daddy. I like selling feet pics. That's what I refer to. Everyone has their own career or portfolio career. So it's the 21st century. There is no rules. This is the Wild West. I like going to college, getting a degree, a 4-year degree. That's a 1950s blueprint to live life. It's the 21st century. There are no rules. Like, the beautiful thing in life, there are no rules. Do whatever you want, babe. So the third quarter moon for me was just happening in like the last, like, culminating, like, third quarter moons in general is just like wrapping up a cycle, like, okay, finishing up the project now. And that was like right around when the semester was ending, and then I was packing up my first like long-term college apartment, and I was like, oh, I'm getting so sentimental. I was like, life is going fast. And I like got drinks with some friends that are about to graduate, and it was just very sentimental and like full circle. And then also, I'll just wrap it up. It was like, because this Aries moon cycle, because you can count moon cycles like by the sign the moon's in, and just like progress it through throughout the months. You can do like a new moon in Taurus like coming up, and then 5-6 months later when the full moon culminates, that's like you plant the seeds. 5-6 months later you reap the rewards. So that's another way to look at moon cycles. And then you can also just do from when the new moon in Aries, do a 28-day moon cycle. Okay, so you get all the moons in between, and then on the balsamic moon, when it goes back into Aries like currently, then you're done with that moon cycle, and that's just a beautiful 28 days to count your moon cycles. And that's been a beautiful way of me processing and reflecting on my moons. But finally, on my North Node journey and my rising sign journey as a Gemini rising, I was the most introverted Gemini rising ever, and now I'm like finally coming out of my shell. I'm on a journey of self-authenticity and communication. Yeah, little Miss Gemini needs to disseminate her ideas. Yes, I use the female pronoun just because I hang out with so many females. I use he, him. You can call me whatever you want. Just, I don't care. I'm just a being on this earth. Pronouns don't matter to me. But it's so nice now again. I feel more authentic and feel like myself, and I'm actually getting compliments about it. It was like people like told me, like my mom was like, oh, it's so nice to see you laugh again, or something like that, because I've been so depressed and like over analytical in my brain, and now I'm like, oh, it feels good to get out of my shell. And like also other people's like, oh, I'm so happy you talk again. Like my barber that I've had my whole life is like, I'm so happy you talk now, because you never did before, because like I was in my shell. It was a survival mechanism. I was in my shell, and it was like, wow, it feels so good to be free and liberated. Like before, I think also with the like 12th house Uranus prison, it was a mental cage, and now I'm like, I'm free. It feels so good. It feels so good. I take life way less seriously. Like you only have one life, so I'm trying to live it fully, but I'm also taking it so less seriously. Like I was before so afraid to post on social media. I'm like, this action is not that serious. Like if you really think you posting one video on social media or posting a picture a day, like, is that serious? It's not, woman. Okay, stay beautiful, stay woke, live it up.